What's up, guys? It's me, JT. Welcome to the channel and the first episode. So grade me on a curve, all right? Look, I'm just jump right into it. This season had me so hot that I finally just decided, like, look, I need to stop yelling at the TV and just put something out here. So that's why I'm doing this right now. The current state of the season, trash. That's it. It's just a trash season. There are excuses and then there are facts, right? I think the facts are Florentino and the board definitely dropped the ball. They got to stop being frugal with buying players. We had chances to reinforce after all the injuries, Carvajal, Alaba, we let Nacho go. Tony Cruz was gone. And nothing happened. Especially in the January window when, that's when the season like really starts getting kicked into gear. So I blame Flo and the board for being frugal. Even in the summer leading up to this, obviously last season we killed it, right? Champions League, La Liga. They were like, let's just bring in Mbappe and run it back. And I felt good about that. I did. Like we had a squad. I felt good. I really did. I felt good. And then injuries happened. My man Militao blew out the other wheel. Now he's got two bad knees. I don't know what his future looks like for us, but you got Carvajal going down, the Euros, right? A little bit too much action there. He's getting older. And then we're relying on Lucas Vazquez. I don't know if he just has some blackmail material on Flo, but the fact that the boy's still here, playing right back, he's a liability. And in that Clasico, the last Clasico, I felt like he was playing against us, to be honest. Look, Lucas Vazquez, I appreciate your service. You've had some big moments, especially that penalty against Man City. But boy, my guy, you cannot defend. And I don't blame you. You've been put in that position. They didn't retool up for that, but it's time for you to go. So yeah, Florentino, the board, let's stop being frugal. We got to go get players. We got to spend the bread. Don't walk away from deals just because the club is asking for 10 or 20 million more. We got the cash. No more of this free transfer, wait it out, walk away, all this stuff. We need to sign players right now, especially with Xabi Alonso coming in. Speaking of Xabi Alonso, welcome back, club legend, my guy, balled out at Leverkusen. A remarkable job. He came in there, got the best out of some young players. Incredible season, especially that run last season, man. He's doing his thing. And, if he would have said no to Real Madrid or waited out, like, you might not get this opportunity again. So I'm glad that he's excited for this project. He has some work to do. This is a different beast. This isn't Leverkusen. And Real Madrid aren't on the up and up right now as far as, like, being successful. Like, we got players in here, but look at what we did. So he's going to have to come in here, change the mindset, change the tactics. With that being said, no disrespect to Carlo, but it's time for you to go, my man. And I feel like, you bought yourself some time based on what you've done for us in the past, right? We weren't going to be disrespectful and fire you or anything like that. And I didn't want that either. And I've been on record to say that. But these current crop of players, just aren't buying into what you're selling, man. And it's very noticeable. And I don't think that's a disrespect to you. I just think like these new players, these younger players, just aren't buying into, what you're saying. And it's not like you got to adapt. Like you set in your ways, you doing what you do because you've been successful at it. But these young boys, especially Mbappe and Vini, with those egos, like, I don't see them listening to you anymore. And thank you for all the success that you brought to my club. But it's time. Everything comes to an end eventually. And you're going to a cushy job, right? I mean, you got some work to do at Brazil, but it's still kind of cushy. Thank you for your service, Carlo. It's time to move on. You're a legend. You will be remembered in a positive light, especially out of all the managers that we have. Even though I have some bias for my guy Zidane, but he's part of your coaching tree, and so is Xabi Alonso. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. And if you like what you've been hearing so far, I would really appreciate a like or subscribe. That would be dope. This is my first episode, so grade me on the curve, if you will, or just tell me how I'm doing so I can get better. And tune in next time. Back to Xabi Alonso. He's got to get to work right away. We might see him, as of this recording, we might see him coaching this team in the FIFA Club World Cup. And normally I would be like, I'm not interested in that. I mean, football is football. I'm going to watch, but I wouldn't be all the way sold in on it. But here's the carrot. There's $50 million on the line, allegedly. I think there's $50 million, $40 or $50 million for the winner of this tournament. I'll take that. The second thing is, I want to see what Xabi Alonso does. Like, will he implement what he's done at Leverkusen right away? Will we, as a fan, you just want to watch what he brings. How's he going to switch up the tactics? What is he going to do with these current players? What's he going to do with Trent? This is a chance for us to get a early peek at what he'll bring. We don't need to grade him, but we're just going to see what he does. And then we got to see if the players buy in, right? So he was able to do it at Leverkusen with some young players, built them all the way up. So I'm excited about that. So he's about to get to work. I think he's going to come in here and try to get stuff up and running right away. Now we need to talk about this team. Let's talk about my boy Vini. You probably should have won the Ballon d'Or last season. I don't want to hear no static from anybody on that. We've been there, done that, right? I don't want that static again, getting that debate again, whatever. This season, you're not even in the conversation, bro. You're not even in the conversation of being the best player on this team. And coming into this season, even with Mbappe arriving, it was established that this was still your team. And I truly believe that. Like, I think Mbappe respected that too. But the way you've been playing, I don't know what's going on, dog. I mean, you need to come out and say something at this point. Like, what's happening? Did losing the Ballon d'Or really hurt that bad? Like, mentally, if that's the case, I would respect that. I really would. Is it because Mbappe came in and kind of took away, some shine a little bit? You got to keep your position. I just don't know. And, I was hard on Vini when he came in. Like, this boy was missing sitters. His finishing was atrocious. I don't care what anybody says. The boy couldn't finish a bowl of cereal, man. But he's progressed every season. But this season, it's giving me flashbacks to when Benzema and Mendy at halftime were like, do not pass the ball to this guy. He's playing against us. Like, what is going on, Vini? This was bad. This is really bad. So Vini has a lot of work to do. I think this season, especially with Jude kind of going in there and kind of being the lifeline to that left side, Jude's like, man, you gotta do something, man. I'm out here working. And the fact that we had Fran Garcia out there and Mendy, Ouchie, we needed some help on the left. And Jude just, we ran that boy to the ground. And he just wasn't able to do what he did last season. Now that's never going to be realistic. He's never going to do that again. Those were just the circumstances of the way the team was set up and everything like that. I hope people realize, like, Jude's not going to do that again. He's going to be great, but he's not going to do that again. And we don't need him to do that. So Vinny's going to have to figure this out. And Xabi Alonso is going to have to really drill down on this boy, like, hey, what do you want to do? What's going to get you back to your best self, right? So that's going to be interesting to see. Can Vinny bounce back after probably arguably his worst season? Mbappe. He did what we signed him to do. The boy's leading, as of right now, goals on La Liga, goals on the team. He's bagging goals. He's missed games. He hasn't scored in games, but the boy's still leading La Liga in goals. So say what you want, but he's doing the damn thing. I got nothing to say about Mbappe. Mbappe has done what he's been asked to do. I remember hearing people saying, like, this is what you brought in Mbappe for the big games and all this stuff, and he's not doing. No. Cut that static. That boy has showed up. I don't want to hear it. I got nothing to say about Mbappe. Put it in the comments if you disagree, but he did what he was signed to do. Go look at the stats. Rodrygo, similar to Vini, that boy's disappeared. He's looked shook all season. Shook. And look, unfortunately, when it comes to making a sacrifice of selling one of these dudes, it ain't gonna be Vini. Sure as hell ain't gonna be Mbappe. Rodrygo. Look, you've had some moments. You've had some moments for us. But this season, boy, you did not rock at all. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say he didn't rock at all. But second half of the season, what happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? I don't know. And El Clasico, the last Clasico, Arda got the start. He was on the bench. We're down a goal. Time to make some subs. Carlo brings in a young boy for the Castilla. And he stays on the bench. He didn't get no tick in the Clasico. That says a lot. Now, saying he was hurt or fever or whatever, if that's the case, why even put him on the bench? We need a goal in a Clasico for the season to even have a chance at winning La Liga, right? And you don't put him on the pitch. That says a lot. So I think the writing's on the wall, but I could be wrong, especially with Carlo leaving. But man, Rodrygo has taken a nosedive for me. This could work out for him. Like, he'll never be the guy at Real Madrid, but he has the talent to be the guy somewhere else. And if that's what he wants, that's what he wants to be, he wants to be the guy, then let's chop it up, come to a mutual agreement, sell that boy, cash in, let him be the guy somewhere, whether it's in La Liga or the Premier League or wherever. Wash our hands with it. So yeah, that's what we need to focus on player-wise. Everybody knows what's going on in the back line. Carvajal, ouchie, blew his knee out. He's old. We're not going to sell him, but we got to assess what that leg's looking like. My guy Militao, 2 blown tires in 2 back-to-back seasons. Can you even progress or get back to the player that you were? Again, I don't know if we sell him too, and I don't know if anybody would take somebody with 2 bad wheels recently right now. So he'll probably stay, but we'll definitely need to bring somebody in to shore up until we see like how he comes back. Alaba, oh man, you've had some moments for us too, but you know that age number, man, it's you in the same boat as Luka as far as I'm concerned. Rudiger, he had to do everything this season, so it didn't surprise me that he got hurt. But you know, El Loco, he had some tantrums towards the end of the season, but he's a dog. Like, he's one of the best center backs in the world for my money. I'm keeping him. And then left back, Fran Garcia, he's just not Real Madrid quality. He's serviceable, but he's not Real Madrid quality. And we're kind of spoiled, right? We're kind of spoiled. Roberto Carlos, Marcelo, and then that's it. Like, that's the bar. That's the bar. And we out here putting Alaba, Camavinga, Fran Garcia, Mendy at left back. I mean, you know, so we definitely need to find the left back that can play alongside Vini in a good way. Right back, we got Trent coming in. That doesn't solve everything for us defensively. We can't play Fede Valverde at right back anymore. Like it's laughable. Let's just stop doing that, okay? That's the kind of season that we're playing Fede at right back, man. Midfield, I thought we were straight last season. But I can't even make a true assessment of how, you know, what we have right now. Because Camavinga was playing left back. He wasn't getting all the games in the midfield. Tchouaméni playing more center back than midfield. I feel like Rodrygo should be, in a 10 role. He's not a winger. Gotta get him in the midfield somehow, some way. Daniel Ceballos, I don't trust him anymore. Like, he was cooking a little bit halfway through the season, but something happened, and I don't even trust him on the ball anymore. Luka, my guy, the legend, is this age at this point, my guy, you're not getting those minutes. We'll see what happens there as far as like a send-off and everything like that, but we got some things to do. So midfield, back line, my two biggest concerns on where we need to retool up. And again, like I said, we've been here before. We've had a bad season. We rebuild. We dominate. We go a couple seasons, and then something happens again. Like, this is the cycle of Real Madrid. And unfortunately, our expectations are all the way up here. One bad season, it's like the house is on fire. And if you really look at where we're at, obviously no trophies, right? But other clubs would be so satisfied with the season that we've had. But our expectations are high. And I'm not saying that we need to lower our expectations. I'm just saying it is what it is. Like, that's why we're kind of like screaming to the high mountains. Like, this been the worst season ever. No, we've had this before. We've had this before. So that's why I'm not worried. We're gonna bounce back. All right. So I want to bring it back to Xabi Alonso real quick. This is really the shiny object at this point in the season. I'm feeling like I did when we brought in Zidane. He's a club legend. He's a world legend in the sport. And players look up to him. Like, they'll really buy in him because they know he's that guy. Like, he's not going to like, I feel like the players will just really buy in. And I feel like that's the same thing with Xavi. And I think there's this perception that Xavi's old, but he's not. Like, he played for a while and he's just been around, but he's not old, dude. Like, he can still kind of relate with these younger players. And I feel like that's the draw. I feel like that's the draw, and we got a young squad. We're about to age out a lot of players, man. And I feel like if he can do that at Leverkusen and get the most out of those players, I hope he can do the same thing at Real Madrid, especially with Mbappe and Vini with those egos, and just figure out how to get them to play as a team and not individuals. That's all we saw this season. We were a bunch of individuals this season. I think he'll fix that right away. He's got the chops to do this. I'm here for it. His playing style, I'm here for it. His tactical awareness, I am here for it. And then again, connecting with young players. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to put out content as frequent as I can. This is my first time. I got a full-time job, family. So I'm gonna try at least once a week, and for matches and just my thoughts. We'll see what this turns out to be. I'm testing the waters out. But don't forget to like and subscribe for more Real Madrid talk. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.